We have with us Mr. Achal Bakeri, the CMD at Symphony, joining in on the show right now. Mr. Bakeri, morning. Thank you so much for joining in. The elongated winter seemed to have cooled the demand in fourth quarter. But now with the soaring temperatures that we've seen, I mean, Delhi hitting a record of 48 degrees for the first time ever, or for that matter, Churu in Rajasthan, or, the large parts of the country. We understand that dealers have witnessed now a 30% growth across regions. Have you also seen this material uptick in demand, and has this then aided your volume growth in the first quarter?
It has. This has been, a very good summer after a disaster summer in 2018. We have certainly seen a significant uptick in sales across the country.
Okay, good to hear that. So we understand, that the existing AC brands have resorted to very aggressive schemes as well, higher ad spends, as we can see on television and, other mediums every day, to ramp up their market share. Are you also looking at any aggressive schemes for air coolers, for instance?
Not really. We haven't resorted to anything extraordinary, this year. We have pretty much maintained our ad spend, our historical ad spends. We had cut down our ad spend in the first quarter of last year because the summer wasn't panning out. But this year, this quarter, we have sort of reverted back to our normal ad spends. Over and above that, we have not really given any consumer promotions, almost never, and we have not done that either this year. In terms of trade promos, that's an ongoing thing that goes on every year, every quarter, and this year, this quarter has also been pretty much the same.
Are you worried about higher competition from new players offering products at a very competitive price?
Well, there certainly is increased competition in the last few years, but we have seen, despite that, what we believe is in the last year, our market share would have actually gone up. Although we degrew, but the overall market degrew at a larger rate than Symphony did. So we believe that, our market share would have actually gone up. So, our competitors, especially the newcomers,
Seem to have snapped that line.
but the consumer is willing to pay a premium for Symphony, for its quality, for its novelty, for its innovations, for its features, performance, and all of that. And we continue to offer, newer products which are more exciting, which are differentiated, and generate the sort of margins and sales for us, and help us retain, if not grow, our market share.
Okay, but there is no differential pricing strategy that you're adopting, are you?
I don't quite get your question. What do you mean by a differential pricing strategy?
No, what I meant was, are you also offering discounts? I know your product range is increasing, but are you trying to garner more market share, increase volumes by anywhere offering discounts?
No, I mean, like I said before, we haven't done anything exceptional that this year that we haven't done in the past. So we offer, just a normal sort of trade schemes, trade promotions, incentives, nothing extraordinary, nothing, in response to market demands, because there is no really requirement for Symphony to do that, to maintain market share. Like I said, despite a horrible summer and a disaster financial year of 18-19, our market share would have actually gone up. So we really don't need to resort to, any extraordinary measures to retain our market share, other than what we normally do, which is new models and, innovation and all of that.
Sure. Good that we got that clarification. But tell me, how's the demand been for the replacement market, and what is your own expectation for FY20?
We really don't know about the replacement market because that's something which it's impossible to track. How many people are really replacing an old cooler with a new cooler. But we are very upbeat about the current financial year because we've begun on a very strong note, and the trade sentiment has improved dramatically. The channel, the inventory in the channel, which was very high at the end of last summer, has pretty much been exhausted. So we are sort of beginning our sort of off-season months on a very sort of a clean slate and with very little inventory in the channel. So we are very upbeat about the current financial year.
Okay, good to hear that. Also wanted to get a sense, perhaps because you also would have feelers on the ground yourself, what is it that you are witnessing in terms of slowdown in the real estate sector and the consumption sector as a whole? Would you say that somewhere it's impacted you?
And what has impacted us?
The consumption slowdown, which is currently prevalent, I mean, and across segments, be it staples, be it consumer goods, or for that matter, autos, it's across categories.
That's true. That is true. I mean, that is what we hear from our trade channel partners, that there is a general overall slowdown. But as far as Symphony is concerned, because the summer has been good, that has sort of overshadowed, the overall slowdown in consumption. So for us in the air cooling business, what matters most, the sensitivity is the most to temperatures and much lower to the economy. So if the economy is going great guns, but the temperatures aren't high enough, then coolers won't sell, and the converse is true. So for us this year, notwithstanding the slowdown in the economy, because the summer has been fairly good and consistent so far, so the sales has been very good. But yes, we do hear from our channel partners that there is a slowdown. Real estate, of course, is fairly muted. So all in all, what one reads about the sort of slowdown in the overall economy seems to be fairly true.
Thank you so much for joining us and talking us through some of those trends today as well. Mr. Bakeri, thanks for joining us.